Lynn Hess joins us now from Hess Greenhouses, and it has been, as Laura Lee said, a crazy growing season.
It has.
I have a ton of questions. Unfortunately, we don't have a ton of time, so let's get right to it.
Okay.
The things that I've planted have kind of just gone, they just stopped. What can I do to get those plants?
What did you plant and how did they?
Flowers, they seeded, they came out, they were beautiful, ready to go, put them in the ground, and they've done nothing.
Okay. Are you fertilizing?
No.
Okay. They probably want something to eat.
Okay.
So some type of fertilizer, if you're working with flowers, most any type of fertilizer will work. There is a slow release out that's called Osmocote. That will feed 3 to 4 months. If you want to jumpstart those plants and really get them going, some type of a liquid fertilizer is what it's going to take. What you need to realize right now is that we've had, depending on where you are in the county, you've been dry. Or you've had sufficient rains.
Right.
But when you don't have enough rain, they kind of stop too.
Okay.
So you need to check the water situation as well.
So much like people, they just need food and water.
And sunshine.
And sunshine, yeah, much like me. Yes, understandable. All right, so if we've got them fertilized, what else can we do to help the gardens really get growing? Because it has been kind of cool and kind of rainy, and is there something else besides fertilizer?
Well, we need to be looking for disease because that humidity, we've had some high humidity, and that is just a wonderful way. You talked about the mold being high.
Right.
Those mold spores, that's, we've got powdery mildew everywhere. So you need to be looking for some products that if you see some disease coming on, that you can take care of that. Now, disease is not the same thing as an insect. Right. So you need both fungicides and insecticides.
Okay, and to look for a fungus, though, what would you look for on your plants? Is it under the leaf, on top? What are some typical signs?
Powdery mildew is one of the most common, and it just looks like somebody sprinkled some baby powder on the leaves.
Okay.
And if you don't do anything about it, then over a period of time, those leaves just begin to just kind of curl up and just fade away.
All right. Now, we can do these things, but you mentioned, too, when we were talking earlier, like I said, I have a million questions, not to go out and buy new plants. Start getting things ready for fall if you want to kind of spruce up the garden.
We've got another 4 to 5 weeks before we start looking at fall things. We've already planted mums. Pansies come in this week. I mean, we're working on that. So if you've got a big container and you need to spruce it up, maybe look at a grass. You can get a gallon, grass plant
and it makes
stick
it pretty,
in the middle.
And it's going to last through the fall.
Pretty. And then you can take those other plants out as they begin to get ugly and replace them with mums or pansies or cabbage and kale, the flowering cabbage and kale that will go well into the winter.
Exactly why we go to you for these kind of questions. I'm going to ask her a whole lot more questions because I have them, but we're going to, if you have any questions for Lynn, of course, you can call the greenhouse.
Sure.
Always happy to help. Mark Viette has some